नमस्ते, हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। आई एम JVN डॉक्टर मीनाक्षी, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर इन डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ शलाक्य तंत्र, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंस, ज्योति विद्यापीठ विमेंस यूनिवर्सिटी। आज का हमारा टॉपिक है एक्ट्रोपियन। सो टू अंडरस्टैंड द एक्ट्रोपियन, प्लीज सी दिस इमेज. Is the image of normal eyelid, entropion and ectropion. So ectropion, it is an outward turning of the eyelid margin. There are 5 types of ectropion: congenital, involutional, paralytic, cicatricial, mechanical. The involution ectropion is more common, while congenital ectropion is very rare. So first one is the congenital ectropion. It is very rare, may be seen in Down syndrome and blepharophimosis syndrome, may occur in both the upper and lower lids. It is due to congenital shortage of the skin. Next is the involutional ectropion. It is the commonest variety. It involves only the lower lids. It occurs due to the following age-related changes like horizontal laxity of eyelid, medial canthal tendon laxity, lateral canthal tendon laxity, disinsertion of lower lid retractors. Here you can see the image of the laxity of the lower lid. So it leads to the involutional ectropion. Next is the paralytic ectropion. Due to paralysis of the seventh nerve, mainly occurs in the lower lids. Common causes of facial nerve palsy are Bell's palsy, head injury, infections of the middle ear, operations on parotid gland. You can see the image of this image of facial paralysis. Next is a cicatricial ectropion, occurs due to scarring of the skin and involve both the lids. Common causes are thermal burns, chemical burns, lacerating injuries, skin ulcers. Then mechanical ectropion in conditions where either the lower lid is pulled down or pushed out and down, like a pull down in case of tumors and pushed out and down as in proptosis and marked chemosis of the conjunctiva. Clinical features are epiphora is the main symptom in ectropion of lower lid. Symptoms due to associated chronic conjunctivitis are irritation, discomfort, mild photophobia. Signs are: first sign is the lid margin is outrolled. Depending upon the degree of outrolling, ectropion can be divided into 3 grades. Grade 1, only punctum is everted. Grade 2, lid margin is everted and palpebral conjunctiva is visible. Grade 3, the fornix is visible. The signs of the etiological conditions such as skin scars in cicatricial ectropion, 7th cranial nerve palsy in paralytic ectropion. Then involutional ectropion, one or more of the following signs can be elicited, like horizontal lid laxity demonstrated by positive snap test, that is lid can be easily pulled down away from the globe but fails to snap back to the normal position on release. Here you can see the image of the snap test. Then medial canthal tendon laxity, normally on pulling the lid laterally, the inferior punctum moves by 1 to 2 mm only, while it can move up to limbus in mild and up to pupil in severe degree of medial tendon laxity. Then lateral canthal tendon laxity, the rounded appearance of the lateral canthus and its more than 2 mm movement on pulling the lid medially. The complications are dryness and thickening of conjunctiva and corneal ulceration due to prolonged exposure. It is called exposure keratitis. Eczema and dermatitis of the lower lid skin. The treatment of congenital cataract is mild. Ectropion often requires no treatment. The moderate or severe ectropion is treated like cicatricial ectropion with horizontal lid tightening and full thickness skin graft to vertically lengthen anterior lamella. In involutional ectropion, depending upon the severity, following 3 operations are commonly performed. First operation in medial conjunctivoplasty. It is useful in mild cases of ectropion involving punctal area. It can consist of excising a spindle shaped piece of conjunctiva and subconjunctival tissue from below the punctal area. Here you can see the image of the medial conjunctivoplasty. Second surgery is the horizontal lid shortening. It is performed by a full thickness pentagonal excision in patients with moderate degree of ectropion. Third operation is Brian Smith's modified Kuntz-Shavanovsky operation. It is performed for severe degree of ectropion, which is more marked over the lateral half of the lid. In it, a base up pentagonal full thickness excision from the lateral third of the eyelid is combined with triangular excision of the skin from the area just lateral to lateral canthus to elevate the lid. Here you can see the treatment of extensive ectropion. Then fourth surgery is a lateral tarsal strip technique. It is useful for generalized ectropion associated with horizontal lid laxity. Here is the image of the lateral tarsal strip technique. Then the treatment of paralytic ectropion. The paralytic ectropion often resolves spontaneously within 6 months, especially when due to Bell's palsy. Therefore, temporary measures are taken initially. Permanent surgical treatment is required only in non-resolving cases. The temporary measures include the topical lubricants, taping temporal side of the lids, suture tarsorrhaphy. The permanent measures include the horizontal lid tightening and the palpebral sling operation. The horizontal lid tightening is done with or without middle lamellar buttress such as ear cartilage. And palpebral sling operation is done in which a fascia lata sling is passed in the subcutaneous layer all around the lid margins. Here you can see the image of the palpebral sling operation. Then the treatment of cicatricial ectropion, depending upon the degree, it can be corrected by any of the following operations. First one is VY operation. It is indicated in mild degree ectropion. In it, a V-shaped incision is given, skin is undermined and sutured in a Y-shaped pattern. Here you can see the image. Then Z-plasty. It is useful in mild to moderate degree of ectropion. You can see the image of Z-plasty in which two triangular incisions are given. Then excision of scar tissue and full thickness skin grafting. It is performed in severe cases. Skin graft may be taken from the lower lid, behind the ear or inner side of the upper arm. You can see the image of before and after placement of a skin graft to the left lower eyelid to treat a cicatricial ectropion. Then the treatment of mechanical ectropion, it is corrected by treating the underlying mechanical force causing ectropion. Thank you so much. This session is powered by digital version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you so much.